In the book of James, chapter 4, verse 7, it tells us that we are to resist the devil and he will flee. But what does resistance look like? Well, that's coming up next on Higher Learning. The other day, during my Monday night Bible study class, we talked about resisting the devil. Because if you're able to resist the devil, if you're able to stand firm against him, he has to flee. So, what does resistance look like? We learned that it's not a time to argue with the devil, nor is it a time to debate or try to convince the devil that he's wrong. One writer said that no one is safe who yields in the least in complying with the demands of the devil. James tells us that this is the time we are to draw near to God. Because when we draw near to him, God draws near to us. Resistance is when we steadfastly refuse to yield to the temptations of the devil. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 10 tells us, my son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. In other words, do not give in to the temptation. For no temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptations will also make a way of escape that you may be able to bear it. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 15 says, my son, do not walk in the way with them. The devil will use whoever he may to entice you to follow him. But we must keep our foot from their path. We need to clean our hands and purify our hearts. If our outward life needs cleansing, then the time is now. Who do you associate with? Do you overly indulge in drinking and partying? Do you use foul language? If our outwardly life reflects worldly attributes, then it becomes easier for the devil to tempt you even further away from the Father. Therefore, we must purify our hearts. For we are children of God, and it has not yet been revealed what we shall be, but we know that when he is revealed, and he is Jesus Christ, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And everyone who has this hope in him purifies himself just as he is pure. For he who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to idols, nor sworn deceitfully, shall receive blessings from the Lord and righteousness from the God of his salvation. You see, through the power of the Holy Spirit, we can resist the wiles of the devil. And as we draw near to God, we will witness not only his great power, but also his wisdom that guides us. So let us remain humble before the Lord, for when we do, he will exhort us so that we are able to resist the devil. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.